Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and we have gathered here again today. And tonight we are going to do a comparison video of Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia. Here we go again. I'm going to start singing about it. Let's go to Lee first. Lee, what are your opening thoughts on Mamma Mia #1 first?
I like this. The first one, I do like this one because this is what the one was based on, the sort of the musical, and you can't go wrong. Everybody loves ABBA songs, no matter which song it is. You know, you've got to get up and dance. You just got to. Your feet can't stop dancing to ABBA. Yeah, I like this one. Who would ever thought? Let's give Meryl Streep a leading role in an ABBA-themed movie, and she pulls it off really well. And the supporting cast is brilliant. It's a good story. So Meryl Streep, Julie Walters as well does it for me. Dame Julie Walters, and say also the male stars in this. They're good. Okay, Pierce Brosnan gets knocked for his singing, but it's not that bad. Really, it's you take it for what it is. It's a fun movie. That's all it is. Yeah, I enjoyed this one. It's just one of these. Let's camp it up. Let's have some fun. Sort of, be happy movie. And it's also well set in Greece. So in the bright sunshine, it makes you feel summery.
It's a feel-good movie.
Feel-good movie, yeah. It is a feel-good movie. And as I say, all the supporting cast are just brilliant. The songs in it just make you want to get up and dance. I enjoyed this one. Over to you, Aled.
Yeah, I think getting Meryl Streep was the making of this film. Yeah, it really was. Meryl Streep really drives this film. And do you know what? She's a really good singer. She really actually sings the songs really well. I mean, I'm not going to go too much into it because it leads into one of my favourite moments. So we'll go to Susan and Alex for opening thoughts.
So do you want me to compare and Alex to compare the first one to the second one, or do you want to do?
Well, we can do opening thoughts on the first one, and we can move to opening thoughts on the second one if you want.
Okay. The first one was fun. It was really great. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the setting. I like the singing. I like the disco. I love the fact that it is each song references a certain part of their lives. I love that was well scripted, well structured, and the cast was amazing. Here's Alex.
Sorry to say, I like the first one better. However, I do agree with CinemaSins again. And to be honest, I'd rather listen to ABBA and the Village People. I know they've had movies made of them now. But why can't I just enjoy the music and not have the movie at all? And I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you don't need to watch the movie. You can still enjoy the music.
I know. I'd rather be listening to... But I mean, again, it's weird for me because I do like the music, but that doesn't mean I like it in a film version. And I do like the cast, except I don't want all of them singing. So this is sort of difficult for me.
Alex, there'd be a problem there if they weren't singing because it's a musical.
I know. But yeah, there's some good casting and there's some actually good singing. But again, I'd rather listen to the original source. But be that as it may, I like the first movie a little better, except for Pierce Brosnan. I don't think the man can sing, but that's okay. He's Remington Steele and sort of 90s James Bond, and that's about all that is. But it does have a good cast in both movies. But yeah, I'd rather listen to the actual music. I don't need a visual representation. And I do like the Muppets when they did their versions of ABBA, and also I enjoyed when they did a version of the Village People as well. Because to me, it's disco, and disco was fun, and it's catchy, and it's that's part of the appeal.
Yeah. The first movie, I love it. Honestly, it's great. Like I said, Meryl Streep, just getting her on board really makes it. If she wasn't there, just it wouldn't have that gravitas that it has. And you can knock Pierce Brosnan singing, but again, I just thought it was right to have him there. Again, it was excellent casting. I think this film really does rely on the cast, and it really does rely on these actors, camping it up. I mean, Meryl Streep is an actual award-winning actress. She's a serious actress, and you got Pierce Brosnan, who was James Bond. And here you've got him dancing around, singing to ABBA, running around the place. So it really does help with the casting. It really does. The second film, because we'll move on to the second film for opening thoughts. The second film, I prefer more. I actually like the second film more. And that is partly because of Cher. Because bringing in Cher was an absolute stroke of genius. I mean, you've got ABBA and you've got Cher. And ABBA singing Cher songs. That is just, oh my God. I mean, I love ABBA. I love ABBA to death. I mean, I go to ABBA concerts whenever I can. Obviously not the real ABBA, obviously tribute acts. Shame. Yeah, even in Spain, when I go to Spain, there's always ABBA tribute acts. And I always go to them, sometimes several a week. And me and my dad actually went to see this film. We must have been a nightmare to be in the theatre with this film for everybody else, because we were up dancing and singing like we were in the film itself. I mean, my dad tripped over and he literally flew over 2 rows of people. I mean, seriously. No, yeah, I prefer the second film. But what does Lee think? Opening thoughts on the second film?
Very let down.
And what about the second film?
Yeah, well, no, well, what is it? It's supposed to be set 5 years after the first one, but you can tell all the actors have aged 10 years because it's been 10 years. Meryl Streep, only a cameo at the end. Cher sort of cameo at the end as well. Thank God for Cher and Meryl Streep making those cameos, because otherwise this film would have fallen flat on its face, because they were telling the same stories what we already found out in the first film, how Donna had met Harry, how Donna had met all this. You found that out in the first film. You didn't need to know this in the second film. The soundtrack's brilliant, but my only gripe with this, they were using the same songs from the first film. Why not use some more?
Not all of them. Not all of them.
No, I'm not saying not all of them, but some of them were. Well, why not use other songs? ABBA's got a back catalogue of them.
Because you still have to have Dancing Queen. You still have to have the big hitters. You have to have it.
Yes, but I don't know. But to me, this film would have fallen flat on its face if it wasn't for Cher and Meryl Streep's cameos at the end. My other gripe is, I don't know how, I mentioned this to Alid the other day, I don't know how Donna's mother was in the second film when she was dead in the first film. I don't know how that works out.
Mm.
A bit of discontinuity there, but
Well, no, actually,
Well,
I've got a theory about this because actually, if you remember a few years ago, people on Twitter thought Cher was dead.
Oh dear.
Do you remember when
she's
Margaret Thatcher
preserved well.
died?
I'll tell you that she's
No,
preserved
no,
well.
Thatcher. Do you remember when? Because the hashtag Thatcher is dead. Thatcher is dead hashtag, didn't it, on Twitter? And if you pick it apart, it can also read as "Now Cher is dead."
Did you mean share hashtag share is dead?
Yeah, there was a hashtag Cher's dead.
Yeah, you said Thatcher.
Yeah, no, it was. It came out of that. Yes, because people read it wrong.
Oh dear.
People read it wrong,
Oh dear.
and they thought Cher was dead.
Okay, so is this another internet hoax we're talking about?
Yeah.
No,
Now let me
Google
ask you a question. If anybody knows, is the musical sounding better? I mean, is that more fun than the movie version in terms of ABBA?
never
Because
watched-
I
I've
forgot
never
there was a
seen-
musical theater version, probably, right?
Oh, the theatre
The-
version's been going on since the mid-90s, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. The musical, the theatre version came before the movie.
Oh, way before it.
So
Yeah,
is
that's
that
what-
better? Because I haven't YouTubed it yet or Daily Motion or anything. So is that actually better than the movie?
Oh, Alex, it's always better going to the theatre.
Mm. So
It's
because
always better going to the theatre.
yeah, because there was a Queen version called "We Will Rock You," right? That was big over in England. Yeah.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
Okay, so
But this musical's still going today, by the way, I want to add. This musical's still going today.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went to the theater with my roommate, who became one of my best friends of all time before we were roommates, and after through the story, it was like hooping and hollering, but at the very end of the movie, there was, as the credits rolled, in the front of a theater, there's sort of a flat area, sort of a dance floor. Anyway, we took over the dance floor. It was super fun. And the first one really grabbed me and sang to me, and I mean kept that sort of, it captured me in the motion picture theater. I didn't see it in the play, but fantastic. The second one was it was a little more sort of a repetition because of the story points and because of the because it started out so dang gloomy. I mean, here they are living on a tropical island in Greece, for crying out loud. And yes, her mother has passed away. But is her mother passing away enough to cause marital difficulties? I mean, here's Sky and stuff, way far away, of course on a business trip, but I mean, why did they have to start it out so dang gloomy? And I mean, yes, it finishes dramatically, and Cher and Meryl Streep and Andy Garcia and everybody singing and dancing, and everybody, doing that thing, both the young characters and the older characters all mixed up on the same dance floor. I mean, yes, that was really brilliant and fun, but once you've started something like it's going to be sad, then even if you change it in the middle, you've sort of set the tone. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the second one.
Yeah. No. Yes, Alex.
The second one, does have an interesting cast. Like I said, I'm not sure how close it is to the musical version, but yeah, obviously they're probably not doing what are considered the one-hit one. And I hate to say this, they're probably
Yeah,
not
but you got to
doing.
remember. Can I just say something?
They're
There isn't a sequel for the music version. This was created fresh.
Right.
Right,
Yes.
but what I'm saying is the other songs weren't as the ones in the second one weren't as big as the choices in the first one. I mean, if you ask most people, they know the big, the big songs, the very popular
Dancing
songs.
Queen, Mamma
Yeah,
Mia.
right.
Yes.
But what you've got to realise is that ABBA was absolutely huge in the UK.
Right.
Yeah.
It was never that big in America.
Every single they released, nearly, got to number one or got to number two in the charts in the UK. I know they only had a couple of hits in America, didn't they?
So they needed to create a character named Fernando for the whole Fernando
For the
thing.
show, for the song, yeah. No, they had ABBA over here, but it wasn't. How can I put it? And I don't mean any disrespect. In quotations, overplayed. In other words, like there's some songs in America that they get played like 10 billion times. That it gets to the point where everybody goes, "Oh, I hate that song and I love that song because it's played like 10 billion times."
You
Like,
know what? I can listen to ABBA all day long, and
yeah.
I will love it all day long,
Right,
and I'll be
like,
dancing around the room all day. Do you know what? Do you know what? I am the worst person as well in supermarkets because, like, these great big
shoplifting.
these no, but wait, these warehouses. Like these supermarkets and our warehouses. Honestly, my partner knows where I am in any store because as I'm going round any supermarket, I'm always singing ABBA. I just go, thank you for the music.
You're not singing. You're not going down the frozen chicken
the
house.
joy they're bringing.
Oh
Who
yeah,
could
well
do it? I ask in all honesty, what'll life be? We're at a song.
Unfortunately, or
Yes.
fortunately, in America, especially if you go to chains, any chain, they will have, or now it used to be called Muzak, MUSAK, right? So if you went to like a Jordan Marsh, which was a department store, or CVS, or which is a convenience store / pharmacy. Depending on whether you went to chains, they would have like in the old days, they would have like the instrumental version of a Billy Joel song, Piano Man, or they'd have ABBA, or they'd have Barry Manilow, or things like that. And thankfully, thankfully, they still play it, but then it got really bad in the 80s and the early 90s with like a video magazine, and I worked for a few stores where they played that 12 hours a day every day. So it's like, oh my god, now I gotta hear Faith Hill and Garth Brooks and Barry Manilow. And then they used to play when they were working with like rap acts and stuff, and Marky Mark, when now he's Mark Wahlberg, he's an actor now. So thankfully, even though they still play some songs in the background, thankfully you don't have music versions. You don't have, oh, this is the 80s, or we're down with that, and so now we're going to have a rap version of it. No. Just no.
I just have to say, I love the song Why Did It Have to Be Me?
Yeah.
I love that song.
I feel like that every time I'm on these casts.
I knew you were going to say that. Right, I can't even remember where we were. Favourite moments. Let's move on to favourite moments of the first film. We're still on favourite. We've already started favourite moments. Let's get on to Lee.
Well, to be honest,
can we mix them? Can we put them together?
All right, favourite moments of 1 and 2. Go on.
gosh. Okay, thanks.
Susan's in a
Well,
rush.
I know. I absolutely love everything through the first. Because I say,
All right, thank you, Lee. Let's go to Alex's. All right.
Because it sort of gelled well. The first movie, the songs and the story went together well. So
is he washing up?
The second one, I totally agree with what Susan says. You're going over old ground. Very depressing at the beginning, but come to the end. Yeah, but come to the end of the movie, it was the favourite moments was Cher, getting up there, coming from the grave, so miraculously singing those songs. But also my favourite moment in that was Meryl Streep. Was it so My Life, My Love, or My Love, My Life?
My Love, My Life.
That is just that. I mean, the original by ABBA is awesome, but that version in this movie just takes your breath away.
And she sung it so well.
So well. I mean, I don't know why Meryl Streep wasn't in the sequel.
I know why.
Because was she filming other stuff?
Nope, she refused to do it. She says she doesn't do sequels.
She was dead.
She says she that's. But
yes,
she wasn't. They were all approached, but she said she doesn't do sequels.
But she did. She
only did it. She did it as a cameo, didn't she?
She did it anyway.
So she
loved the first one so much.
Yeah, I think that's what was missing from the second one was Meryl Streep. To be honest, it just didn't have that spark.
Yeah, but I think the actresses they got to play the younger characters.
They were awesome. They were the one who played the younger version of Julie Walters
was amazing. I know, she was really good. She was funny.
And when she gets upset, she wants
cake.
She
was funny.
Don't we?
She made me laugh several times. But I love Julie Walters. And Celia Imrie is in this as well towards the beginning. I love it when she just starts dancing down the aisle singing. I think she's great. She is. I met her. She's really good. So let's go to Alex and Susan for favourite moments of both.
Okay. Favorite moment of the first one. It's got to be the wedding. That was really, really sweet. And favorite moment of the second the end. I like the end of both movies. The big dance number at the end. No, before 9 years later, or before 9 months later, after she's had her baby. That dance number with everybody on it was really something.
You mean the credits where Cher's on the spotlight, she comes out, and then Meryl Streep starts singing and everything like that?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the credits. Your favourite moment's the credits. Well.
No, not me.
I'm already joking.
Like I said, I maybe I should see the musical. Maybe the musical's better.
It's not in America.
Yeah, well, but maybe the internet has a copy or whatever.
UK, you can come to the UK. You can do it for your honeymoon.
Yeah.
So
you can do it for your honeymoon. You can go and see Mamma Mia for your honeymoon.
Oh my God, that.
Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I like some of the cast. Like I said, I like some of the, I really do like. I've always liked "Take a Chance on Me" because it's very rhythmic, and the ABBA songs were never really hard to sing along to or to memorize or whatever. Like I said,
no, but
I like
they're hard. Actually, they are hard to sing.
Some of them are, yeah.
They're hard to sing because they go high and low, and they do go all over the place.
Well, obviously we know who they are here, but wasn't it 2 men and 2 women?
Right.
basically.
Well, ABBA,
So
yeah.
So
My
they
dad always said he thought the reason why they didn't take off in America is because the Americans thought the two women were lesbians and the two men were gay.
right,
But
yeah,
but they were partners with each other.
right.
They were partners, yeah.
They were partners, yeah.
Yes, the two men.
Wow.
One man and one woman. Yes.
They were partnered, yeah.
Yes. They
Well,
were partnered,
the other issue is not only that, but they didn't do a lot of shows like American Bandstand or Soul. They couldn't do Soul Train, unfortunately, so that didn't help them. And then the other issue is they weren't American, so that's why when Ace of Base came out, they started going, "Oh, that's the '90s ABBA," which, I mean, it's not exactly, but yeah. So, but I mean, the Village People were really criticized here too. Plus, it got to a point where disco had a huge backlash because, just like with any other social craze or fad, even though I do like disco music because it's fun usually too, it got to a huge. It was overdone. I mean, you don't need Ethel Merman singing to a disco soundtrack. That was going way over the line. And that's when it started. You could see the end coming. You could see that people were getting tired of it. So even though I like it in terms of the actual songs, but my parents were always that way too, where you bought the whole album. You didn't just buy one song or only listen to one song on the radio. So that was the other issue too. That unfortunately in America, once a song gets into the top 10, it's already played 10,000 times, if not more. And, it just gets to the point where, you either learn the song or you have to have the radio off and you almost have to have earplugs.
Well,
just like,
thank you for those favorite moments, Alex.
But, but like I said, it's not a bad movie. Like I said, I have a feeling I'd like the musical better. I just have a feeling.
You're doing it for your honeymoon. When you get married, you're going on a honeymoon, coming here to the UK. You're gonna meet up with us. We're gonna meet you.
Oh yeah, good
idea. And you're gonna go to London and see Mamma Mia.
So they can't do a third movie, can they? Or they finally decided to leave that where it is.
No. How dare you? Why not? Come on. You can never have enough Mamma Mia in your life.
They've said no.
Fun.
They have said no to it.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have. Benny and Bjorn have said, leave it at this.
That's what I said with the last one.
Yeah, but then this is why from the second one you get the feeling of cash grab.
No, not really. No, I don't.
My opinion.
Yeah. I don't care about your opinion. That's just my opinion.
Why I oughta.
But for me, the first film, one of my favourite moments is towards the end when Meryl Streep starts singing "The Winner Takes It All." I mean, what a performance. I mean, she's running up that hill to the church as well. And she can sing. She has all the emotions. She's not just singing, but she's acting as well. I mean, she absolutely, completely nailed that whole performance. And again, I always like the credits with these films. So I like the credits as well. And with the second film, my favourite moment is Cher appearing. I mean, just walking down, just when you're seeing she's walking down those steps, she's just, and then she starts singing.
And she's unaided walking down those steps as well.
Well, she's holding on to rail.
Yes, but I'm just saying, at her age, you've got to be careful.
Yes, Lee. Thanks for that interruption.
She doesn't look her age, does she? Oh no, that's all the plastic surgery. Sorry.
Oh, come on, she's amazing. She's amazing.
Well,
Come on, let's.
you would,
see
hey,
you doing that
you'd
at 70.
you would look amazing with the amount of money she
Yeah,
spent on her face.
let's see what you're like when you're 72. Let's see if you're like that. No, I mean physically as well. You know, with the high heels on and singing and
And the
dancing.
wig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she always wears wigs. Yeah.
Oh,
She never
yeah,
appears in
bald
public
as-
with her real hair.
Yeah, she's bald as a badger.
No, she's not bald, actually.
She's thinning.
Won't take any criticism, Shirley. Go back in your box. Mute yourself before I mute you. Reel yourself in. Yeah, but again, I love the credits of the second one even more. With Super Trooper. And do you know what? I listen to I have these songs on my phone and I listen to them all the time. I listen to them every day, virtually. I listen to I Kissed a Teacher. I love that one. Why Did It Have to Be Me? I listen to that one. I mean, I listen to the ABBA version and the musical, the film version.
Does your mother know? Does your mother know?
Yep, I listen to that one as well.
Yeah, I'm asking her. Does your mother know?
Oh, she's known for years.
Okay.
I was born
Isn't
with
that
her
a Beatles song? Your mother should know.
knowing.
Anyway, mute me again.
Wait there. And I listen. Yeah, I love it. I love the end credits entirely, and of course, I love the you know, when Meryl appears as the ghost. What a performance again! What a performance! Meryl Streep just is. What's wrong, Lee? What is it? Where are you putting that?
I've just remembered another.
Are you doing
part.
darts? Are you doing invisible darts?
I've just remembered another, what I did like in the second one, and I can't remember his name. The comedian.
Oh, I know. Oh,
The
yeah.
passport, passport guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've grown your hair. You had it cut. You've grown your hair. But have you seen it right at the end of the credits with the outtake?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
just,
she's great.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
They were funny bits.
Yeah.
Carry on. I'm just doing this to interrupt you, to shut you up.
Oh, thanks for that. It's nice to have the support of your members.
You're welcome.
It's nice to have the support of your members.
You're welcome. Yeah, you are welcome. You finished? Okay.
Right, we're going to move on to Final Sense Score. Let's go to Alex and Susan. And we'll skip Lee.
The winner takes it all. So I'll give the first one, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. And the second one, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And
the winner takes...
And the ABBA themselves, I'll give them 50 out of 10. Because, I mean, I gave our ABBA album review.
Blah, 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 blah.
I gave that a 10 out of 10, but I'll just give I'll boost that. They're 50 out of 10 for them. Annetta, Anna, and the others. Benny. And
can I just say, The Winner Takes It All is one of the great songs of all time.
Yeah.
The Winner Takes It All. And Yetta singing that is one of the greatest songs of all time.
Yes, I agree. Here's Alex.
Okay, the first one I would give a 9 except for Pierce Brosnan singing and Meryl Streep singing.
What?
I said the first one I would give a 9 except for Meryl Streep singing.
Oh. Meryl Streep's good. What are you on about?
Touching her dress too much, and
touching her dress too much.
The Pierce Brosnan. No singing, Pierce. Stick to James Bond. The second one,
you can't now. He's fired.
I'd give an 8 for the cast. But yeah, it's basically going over. I think they did. Lee, did ABBA have 50 songs or 45 songs? And then it seems like in America, they only really got known for like 15 songs, maybe.
They had 7 albums.
7 out. So what is that? 12 each side. So that's what, 24 maybe more. But
There's enough songs for a few more films. Don't you worry, Alex. There's enough songs for a few more films. Don't you worry. Be still your beating heart, Alex. It will come. It will happen.
oh no!
And then,
Always wanted.
yeah, but you definitely are going to agree for honeymoon to take Susan
Oh dear.
to the UK to see Mamma Mia. You'll love it. Honestly, it's really good. It's really good.
Oh dear.
I'll come with you. We'll all go. Go as a group.
Oh my.
Hey,
Okay.
I hope that's you booking it now. He's booking it now. Good. Right. See, he listens to me.
Oh dear, dear.
Speaking of someone who doesn't listen to me, let's go to Lee.
What do you want to know?
Told you he didn't listen. Final say and score, aren't we on? I can't remember what Alex and Susan gave it.
Right. You ABBA 100 out of 100. ABBA, you can't go wrong with the song.
Well, that's just the equals 10 out of 10, really.
Yeah, no, if you're a Frida fan or if you're an Agnetha fan. First movie, I'm giving that a 10. It is a good, solid, musical romp. Second one.
And he doesn't do much romping.
The second one falls a bit flat for me. Yeah, the second one falls a bit flat for me, so I'm giving that. Because Cher's there and Meryl Streep saves it as well. I'm an 8.
Well, 8's pretty good.
It's not as good as the first one, in my opinion.
Same scoring I did.
I can't rate ABBA. That's wrong. I'm not rating ABBA. I cannot do it. I mean, I don't think you lot quite understand how much I love ABBA. I don't think you understand how I am constantly singing all their songs throughout the day. Throughout the day, I just listen to ABBA.
I think I understand.
I can listen to...
I think I understand.
Yeah, I'm like listening to ABBA now in my head.
Yeah, I think I understand. I mean, I'm a major fan of things.
Yeah, I love ABBA, so I cannot rate ABBA.
Okay.
And as for these two films, well, it's simple: 10
or 20.
There you go.
Or 30.
They're fun films. They're fun films. They're meant to be fun. They're ABBA music. I mean, what more can you want than some of the best music by the best group in the world ever? Which I think ABBA are. ABBA didn't create music, they created magic. The talent of each, really seriously, the talent of each of them is immense. I mean, you think that the two women are brilliant singers in their own right. They could easily have solo careers by themselves. And two men,
they have had solo careers.
I know, but I mean, they could easily just not have done ABBA and been solo, themselves. And then the two men are genius. I mean, if you think of Mamma Mia, you when an ABBA song plays, you immediately know it's ABBA. You just need to listen to the first second of Mamma Mia, and you know it's Mamma Mia. Same with Dancing Queen. Same with The Winner Takes It All. You immediately know what song it is. And you immediately know what group it is. These days, nobody knows who sings what, because in modern songs these days, have you noticed they say their names at the beginning of the song? Jessie J! And it's like, that's how bad they are at... That's how bad their vocals are.
It's because it's auto-tune and they all sound the same.
Yeah, they all sound the same. You don't hear ABBA doing that.
No, because ABBA has a singularly unique sound.
Yeah,
I mean, they embody Sweden. Like literally, like if you took Swedish disco out of Sweden and you put it on stage, it's ABBA. So there. I mean, if you want to be like honest about it, Aled, it's their culture
Yeah.
and their music, and it has a certain ring that is
Ring ring.
yeah unique to their song style.
Somebody gives me a call. But it's, do you know what? It's pure music. It's pure vocals. It's unique as well. ABBA, there will never, ever, ever, ever be another ABBA. Ever.
Yeah.
Knowing me. Thank you for the music. The songs. Yeah, I mean, just so many great songs. And the best songs are the songs that you can sing to. And anybody can sing to ABBA, really. Everybody knows the words. Everyone knows the lyrics.
But Aled has just proven himself wrong there.
But everybody can and everybody does dance to Dancing Queen. Every single human being alive dances to Dancing Queen. It's just
exactly. When Dancing Queen comes on, you cannot tell me that your foot or any part of your body doesn't start moving. Some part of your body is moving when Dancing Queen's on. I don't care. Alex sitting there, if you put Dancing Queen on, there's a part of his body that's rocking it. There's a part of it, I don't know what part of his body, but there's a part of his body that he's
okay, well, again, that's, I mean, I know I'm technically wrong, but that's why I brought up the Village People, because even though there's a lot of people that don't like them and don't like, or say they don't like ABBA, everybody knows in the 70s, especially 76 to 79, they were big. I mean, there's other acts, I understand that, but you know, those were the ones that got into the consciousness, that everybody knew, that they, you know, that you could hear it on the radio. And like I said, I think ABBA did make a couple appearances on shows, but I don't think they did the American.
They didn't
shows.
do a lot of. They didn't do a lot of shows. No, and they didn't do a lot of tours either. They didn't do a lot of tours, and they didn't do a lot of shows. Agneta hated tours. She really hated them. Because ABBA nearly died in a plane crash to go to Australia. And security back then wasn't that good, and it really frightened her off from doing anything. Agneta's never liked the limelight. Also, you can thank the movies for bringing ABBA back together, because it was the movie that brought ABBA back together. ABBA is now a group again, and there's 2 new songs being released.
I agree. I do credit the movies for reuniting ABBA. That was
because I watched the documentary.
Exciting.
And I watched the documentary, and it was the movie, the first movie that brought them back together. And they've both had a lot of tragedy in their lives. And they realized ABBA was still something good that they had. They still had each other. And so they've learned to come together over ABBA. So, yeah.
I'm just counting up. In the UK alone, ABBA had 9 number ones. 9. That's a hell of a lot.
About a day.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I have number 2 about.
Aled would say that they have more, but Aled is a super fan, and so
I love ABBA.
He's an outlier. His numbers don't match the rest of humanity.
And I just want to say, don't get me started on Gary Barlow. My blood boiled when I saw that video the other day of Gary Barlow.
Let's just skip over that, shall we?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but let's just. Are we done with this? Did we all rate it?
No, I'm never done with ABBA.
No, I mean the podcast.
No, we're not done with the podcast. No. I still want to talk about ABBA.
All right, knock yourself out.
Yeah, but I also want to say, I can't remember what I'm going to say. They threw me off course now. No, I can't remember. Was it? Yeah, no, but I love ABBA. I love all their music. I really do. I could sit here for hours. I could sit here for the next, what time is it now? It's about 6 hours. Just repeating how much I love ABBA. And I want ABBA to reform. I want them to tour. I want them to come here so I can go and see ABBA.
But they
I
never
wanna go-
tour.
No, I know, but I want to go and see ABBA. Yeah, but Agneta.
So go to Sweden.
Yeah, but
As
Agneta.
much as you would suggest that I come to UK to watch Mamma Mia, on honeymoon or whatever, you go to Sweden.
Oh, can I just say something as well?
Go to Sweden. You go to.
There's a Mamma Mia cafe opened in London. So it's like the film. It's like the film set.
Okay.
It's like you walk onto the film set, but you sit down and you have your dinner and that. It's a restaurant. It's a Mamma Mia restaurant, and they're all singing and dancing and performing the movie around you.
So, unfortunately, ABBA, I think ABBA, I'm trying to search now, and ABBA only had about 3 hits in the United States because Queen did better than them in the United States.
You're mad. You have no taste in the United States.
What was it, Fernando?
Yeah, Fernando. With Cher
Dancing Queen.
You.
And I can't think of the other one.
The winner takes it all.
The winner takes it all.
I told
And
you.
so, for some reason, Queen and all the other acts kind of pushed them out of the United States. But in a way, in the United States, they're sort of a cult band. But the ironic part is, the Muppets, the original Muppet and Jim Henson and all that, they had it. I know they did. They had their own version of Take a Chance on Me, and they had the Muppets doing it.
Did they? I didn't know that. Chance on me. Right. Okay. So we finished now, and everybody gave it a 10. Everybody thought it was wonderful. Everybody gave both films a 10. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. And I would like to just say that actually, I know I've been making fun of us having one viewer, but actually, that's a lie. We don't have one viewer. Well, we do. It's just not Fred. Actually, the person watching our videos, and she contacts me regularly. So, this is legit, is Cher. So I'd just like to thank you, Cher, for supporting the channel. And you did a wonderful, wonderful performance in this film. I love the ABBA album. Please release more. So thank you, Cher, for watching. She just watched this. I'm telling you now, she does watch this.
Oh, what wonderful plastic surgery, Cher. You really are looking wonderful.
You might need some plastic surgery soon. If she ever comes over to the UK.
Please don't sue us.
So thank you for watching, Cher. Thank you, everybody here, for joining me. I would say hit that subscribe button, but she's already subscribed. Of course, she's a very loyal, dedicated fan to this channel. And yes, look after yourself. Take care, and we will see you next time. And thank you for the music.